Yeah, you guys about to get stung by Angie B.
It's Angie B.
It's Angie B. It's Angie B. It's Angie B.
Yep, it's Angie B.
It's Angie B. It's Angie B. It's Angie B. Woo!
It's Angie B.
Yeah, what's that buzzing? Oh yeah, it's Angie B.
Oh, it's Angie B.
Hey y'all, it's Angie B.
It's Angie B.
Thank you, baby. Thank you.
Gotta get it together. I had all the that's the thing we wanted. Came to our house, talked to us, and never had that before. I never had that kind of connection. And that led me on the road to stay together.
That's good. Okay, so tell me how, I know that Sojourner talked about how wonderful it is being on the road, but I mean, every time you're out somewhere, it doesn't matter if you're tired, it doesn't matter if you're hungry. Every time I've seen you, you're still the strong, silent type. You're still up there. So tell us about one or two challenges about being on the road.
One of the main challenges of being on the road is looking out for self-joy. I gotta know when to let her be self-joy. And also know when to get hungry, thirsty, to feed her, find her bathroom, like that. To step back and let her be self-joy. That's one of the main as long as she's good.
Yeah, my husband is that way because we don't have like road helpers, unless we bring one of the sons with us. So he's pulling all the speakers and all the equipment and everything in, and then checking on things. And I'm kind of busy bumblebee. I'm all over the place. So when I see Sojo, it kind of connects me a little bit. But other than that, I completely understand what you're going through. So tell me about music as a ministry for you. Tell me how are you enjoying that, or is it a burden?
Oh, it's nowhere near a burden. It's the first thing from a burden. I feel like music for me started out as therapy as a teenager with different issues and this and that, and writing music was really therapy. And as I didn't know then that this is what God intended for me. I just knew that this helped me get it. And now to be on the other side, seeing that this can help somebody else get it. This can touch somebody else. It's the first thing that's a blessing. It's a blessing out of this world, and I'm just thankful for it. And I pray that I can use it.
you don't want to. But how bad was your life before Sojo became your wife? How bad? How bad? Because it's not good for men to be alone. So how bad was it? Tell us why all these brothers need to, find a wife. So tell me.
Man, before, yeah, it was something. It was something. But I can't remember exactly how it goes, but he left wife. Good thing. And Sojo, that's my wife is very good.
Yes. Good answer. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm excited that you're on tour, and I'm looking forward to seeing y'all again. All right, family, we're gonna run inside and grab something because I think I hear somebody on stage, but we'll be back with more from the hottest home hotspot worldwide at the Upper Room in Ormond Beach. Oh, praise the Lord. Just look out, he's 12, maybe 13. And then Sojo corrected us. So tell us your name and tell us where you're from and tell us how old you are for real.
Okay, my name is Slick Ali. You crack me up. My name is Slick Ali. I am from St. Petersburg, Florida, and I am 19 years old. I'm not 12. I'm not 13.
I'm sorry.
I'm 19.
Okay, I got you. But when you work for the Lord, it keeps you young, right? And I have loved having you on the tour. Oh man, last time we were together was the first time we were together, and you shared with everybody a little bit about your testimony. So I want you to share it with us again. Tell us about your life.
Okay, you want the small picture?
Well,
because it's a lot. It's a lot.
We have 19 years.
Right, but
right?
I've lived 19 years, but I've experienced things like a 35-year-old. Okay, before, let's just go back to before I was heavily doing music like this. It's a lot, but I did music. I love music. I've been doing music since I was 12 years old, writing music. I started producing music when I was 15. And then with music, I was playing football, doing a lot of things, but music was always the thing that called me. You know, it was always the thing that pulled me, and I love music the most, and I love God too. But I was one of those backsliders. Let's keep it real. I was one of those that I knew the right thing to do. I just chose to do the wrong thing. And like all people, we still have those times in life. But I was just that type of person. I was very rebellious at a young age and stuff like that. I mean, I'm still young, but 15, 16, 17, just very rebellious. Didn't really want to listen to anybody. Did my own thing. Smoked and sold drugs. I mean, it's just stuff like that. But by the grace of God, He kept me doing music and turned my music from, I never did
dirty secular music. I never cussed in my music and things like that and said degrading things, but it wasn't always glorifying God. There's a difference between clean music and then music that glorifies God. So I wasn't always doing music for God, but I turned and I started doing it like that because I saw that He gave me a gift, so I had to give my gift back to God. And so I had to do it like that. So that's just a little snippet of...
And then you lost your dad.
Oh, yes. I lost my father at the age of 13. Very hard time in my life, and in my mom's life, and my whole family's life. And what that did was it forced my mom to kind of pull us into the church with her because she was needing that, that extra support, that healing from the church. And it forced her to pull us in there, and it forced us to be in there as well. So that's what really led us back to doing things that God has called us to do. But yeah, that was definitely a hard time in our life. And it's still times now where I break down and I cry because I think about, you ask the questions why. You think about what happened, and you think about the memories that you had and everything. But at the end of the day, you have to realize what is right now, and you have to take steps and move forward.
I talked to a kid recently, and he said, it's hard enough when your dad is not in the home, but to have a dad in the home and then to lose him, because I shared with him your testimony about how your dad was there and then you lost him to an illness. And so the question that this young man had me to ask you is, how do you avoid getting angry? Can't you just get mad at God? My dad was here, and now he's not. And what do you expect me to do now, Lord? How did you kind of keep it together without really just becoming angry and resentful?
That's a hard question because at first I was very angry and very resentful, and I don't know when I got to the point where I could have conversations even like this about my father without being kind of not judgmental, but just thinking like, why had that have to happen? But I got to that place by realizing that one, it's not going to change anything for me to be angry and for me to be frustrated. It'll never change anything. It only actually made me angrier because then I would start throwing out different stuff and I would start saying things like the Bible says, the life and death is in the power of the tongue. And I would start saying things that weren't really true, but because I was so angry and I was saying it would actually come to pass because that's the way God works. So I never, I got to a point where I realized that I wanted to channel, even if I was angry, the music was what kept me, and God is what kept me from being that person, from getting angry, because to be honest, I was a very angry person. And when I say a very angry person, I mean, I would physically take my anger out on walls, desks, or something like that. But it was just, I realized that was not necessary. And God loved me, and what He did is a part of a greater plan. So I had to understand that. And once I grasped that concept, once you can grasp that concept, then everything else will open up in your life, because God does things, and God does things for a reason. That's what everybody has to understand, is that God doesn't nothing that happens on earth doesn't surprise God. Like, He doesn't, you can never see, like, we don't see His face, but I'm sure God will never do anything like, what is that? It'll never happen like that. God always knows what He's doing. So us as Christians and followers and believers, we have to just follow that, and we have to know that in our mind, and that's what makes the process a whole lot easier.
Oh my God, I love it, and I love you, and you're not leaving. I know you didn't want to come over here, but you're not leaving. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more from the Queen Bee, Angie B, of the Christian Nightclub.
Storms of life are raging. Sometimes we have to be broken down so that we can be rebuilt into what we're actually meant to be. When the struggle to climb becomes just too heavy, and when God's voice becomes silent in your ear, just hold on, because a queen is about to emerge. The new book by the Queen Bee is entitled Last Week I Wanted to Die, published by True Soul Publishing, an umbrella for survivors. The revealing story of suicide, pain, and depression. The Queen Bee, Angie B, has emerged as a business owner, ministry leader, and a faithful child of God. This story is just the beginning. Last week I Wanted to Die, on sale now at thequeenbee.com.
Oh Lord, we're here at the Upper Room Christian Nightclub in Ormond Beach, Florida, and I'm sitting with Slick. And Slick Ali participated in our Dad's On Duty workshop in January, and I was excited about that because sometimes when you've lost a mom or a dad, you don't want to participate in nothing that reminds you of that. So I wanted to go on record to thank you. But Slick is a preacher's kid. So, and not only is he a preacher's kid, but the preacher is his mama. So I want you to kind of, because we, as we're on tour together, we run into kids that are, my mama had me on drugs. She drugged me to church all the time, just complaining. And I'm excited to be able to see what all that dragging can result in. So I want you to tell us something about your mom and maybe just something that will inspire somebody else that's 12, 13, 14, 15 and just don't want to deal with their parents being preachers.
Well, because it wasn't always like this. She hasn't been a preacher all of my life. But she's, I don't know how long has it been? 3 years? More than that? Yeah, 4 years. Okay, 4 years. Okay, but it's been not strange, but it's just been different because at one point she was just my mom. She was just the one to tell me what to do from a parental aspect of it. But then 4 years ago she became my pastor as well. So then there comes another set of guidelines that I kind of have to follow. Yeah. And because at some point she's telling me stuff because she's a parent. And at other points she's telling me things because she's a pastor. She always says that because she's always at every show, she's my manager and everything. And she says, I'm only here to keep your spirit in check, to make sure you're staying humble and that you stay up before God. And she always says that, she enforces that. And that really drives the Slick Ali team. That's really the Hemi in the Slick Ali team. That's the engine. Because without her doing that, there's no telling what me being young and just, we're all saved by God, but we all have our setbacks sometimes. So she does a great job of keeping us on our P's and Q's about handling the work of God. So that's what it's always great to have people think that, my parent is a pastor, this and that, and they always look at it as a bad thing, like they can't do anything. My mom understands everything. She understands what we go through. She understands worldly problems, and she knows how to handle a lot of things. And her being a pastor is almost like a bonus because she gives that spiritual aspect of things, and it's almost like that was just so needed at the time, and it's always so great, and I'm thankful for her to be there too.
Good. Thank you for sharing. So now we have no excuse. We have no excuse because our parents are pastors. We have no excuse about being young. We have no excuse about being married. We have no excuse because we wouldn't have the lives and the gifts and the talents that we have if it weren't for Christ. And so let's just give it all back to Him. So I'm grateful for you, baby. You want to tell us how we can get in touch with you, and then I'll let you get back in to enjoy.
Twitter and Instagram at Slick Ali Music. The website is... Let's hold that up. But the website is slickalimusic.com. And if you would like to get in touch, booking or anything like that, 727-365-6937. Rewind the video until you remember that number. And then you can call up. You're not going to get me, so don't look for Slick Ali when you call that number, but you will not get me. But yes, definitely slickali.com is where I want you to visit and check out the EP and everything. That's just a little appetizer of what we got coming. So, thank you.
Okay, I got to learn to dance because, I'm a little uncoordinated. So, I'm going to get some dance lessons and we'll be back from Worldwide in just a minute. Thanks, family.
Push prescription, so I'm clueless. I'm Gucci, I'm dead. Depending on the day, like the directors at the show. When you ain't gon' find me, I'm the girl. I just changed with the luncheon. With a group of freaks, so I'm close for precaution. Spirit of me heavy, you would think I'm lifting weights. But while I'm on the beat, trying to shake the whole waist. We trying to get you right, but first you must die. It sounds medieval, so I'm saying what about? We burn ourselves cause we don't believe in purgatory. But it makes us Cinderella cause it's just a favorite story.
Oh my goodness. Family is Queen Angie from the hottest home hotspot worldwide. I am thrilled because not only am I here in Ormond Beach at the Upper Room Christian Nightclub, but a gang of folks just got off the stage.
Yes.
So I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourselves. Okay, tell everybody what's your name and what part of Fort Lauderdale are you from?
My name is Willie Cornelius. I'm representing Strange People Music Agency. We're from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We're a label comprised of many individuals. Most of them are weird. We have one square. He'll name himself later.
Okay, tell me about the songs that you guys just used to reach the audience, because they was hype, they was crunk, they was loud in there. So tell us about the first song. Yeah, they were. Tell us about the first one.
No problem. The name of the first song was Mortify, and as Christians, as believers, you were so beautiful.
Oh my God!
As Christians, as believers, we are to mortify flesh. Read Romans 8, and it says in verse number 6, where it says, if you live after the flesh, you will die. To be carnal minded is to be to death, and spiritually minded is to life and peace. And that's the message that I'm preaching, to mortify your flesh, man, deny yourself, pick up your cross, and follow the will of Christ. That was that first song.
Okay, now where did that one come from? Did you write it? Did somebody read? Okay, tell me. What happened to you?
She wants uncut behind the scenes details. Yes, I wrote it. It's a time in my life, man. I'm young. I'm tempted by a lot of things. And in order to discipline myself, discipline my mind, my spirit, I had to pray a lot, I had to fast a lot, really do things that my flesh really didn't want to do. But for the sake of my spiritual life, that's what I took. That's what I did.
Right. Okay, which one of these fellas you want to grab next? Let's grab this fella over here. Yeah. Come on, honey. Come on. We don't bite. We just just tell us. Oh, look at all the. Almost stay where you are. Okay, honey. How are you? What's your name?
Marcellus.
Really? And he's very soft-spoken. So I'm gonna have to put the microphone. He ain't soft-spoken on stage, is he? Okay. Tell us where were you born?
Born on Southern Mountain, Puerto Rico.
Really? Okay, tell me about one of the songs that you did up there. You told us about the first one. You tell us about the next one.
We did Bass Gone Dry. We're just ignorant, so thank God we have very good speakers to bass did drop or something in the chest.
Really? Okay, now who do you want us to grab next? Come on, sweetie. You're next. We're going to see how many else we're going to cram in this one shot at one point. Okay. All right, line in. What's your name, sweetie? How do you spell that? Okay, we're going to put that at the bottom of the screen. All right, so y'all did 3 songs. Okay, you tell me about the third one.
The third one was Ain't Nothing But God, which is the song that I wrote 2 years ago. And it's simply saying all my swag, all my music, everything else, nothing but God.
Oh my God. How long have you been hanging out with these guys? I mean, there's a couple more of y'all back there. How long y'all been together?
We started officially in April 27, 2012, but we made a lot of new additions. One of them right here is Mr. Famous. He joined the team in 2013, and I'm so glad he came because he's a better rapper than me. I need him.
Okay. Tell everybody where you were born.
I'm born in Denver, Florida, actually.
Really? Okay. How was the drive from Fort Lauderdale to Ormond Beach? Who drove?
I just kind of, sat in the back seat, letting muscles run out, that's all.
Okay. Now, he said that you've been a wonderful
the weights and got trained. So he's passing out with me. Kind of went to the same church. You know, we fed off each other, brothers in Christ. And besides that, we really close and share some cool stories together.
That is wonderful. And you wrote that last song, you said? Okay. That'll work. It's good when you got help, you know? Because sometimes God will download so much stuff in you that you don't know where to start or what to do first. And it's like, Lord, I'm already doing enough. And then He waits for some other people. So that's good. All right, who do you close?
This is the last one. His name is Oregon, but we call him Oregon. He's actually a Spanish rapper. He's actually Spanish and English. And he's just amazing. I'm glad he came with SOS. They're a long time buddies. Put the church together. They got some awesome stories. I love telling them stories.
Okay, I want to hear a story. The story I want to hear is how you came to Christ.
I was actually born in the church. In a Christian family. I noticed that, that's when first God came into my life. I started having a relationship with Him through all the trials and tribulations.
Right. Oh my goodness. I appreciate that. I really do. And you're so soft-spoken, but I know the soft-spoken ones are the beasts on stage. You know, you can just tell. Okay, tell me one thing about this guy, because he's not going to talk much. He's not going to... How you like working with this guy?
It's hard. But at the same time, it's an adventure.
Good. Okay, you can tell me something about him. Yeah.
For all of those who have ever read of Mice and Men, this is of Mice and Men.
Okay. I love it when families can come together. In spite of your differences, in spite of where you're from, it feels really good. It feels good. And I was glad when you walked in the door. He was like, I didn't know you were here, and I didn't know you were here. That's good. Okay, tell us how we can get the music and get in touch with you and website and all of those things.
Alright, you can download our music at facebook.com. Oh, we have cards. Facebook.com/SPMGame, or you can go to our SoundCloud, download our music from there at SoundCloud.com/SPMGame. Same thing for the Twitter. Everything is really SPM Game. It's very easy to find. Yes, ma'am.
All right, I need you to be sure you send me your music so I can, where's my card? Here it is, over here. Be sure you email me your music so we can put you on the air, on Urban Buzz Radio. I know how this song talks about. And be careful going back home. I know you're going to be fine. I know we're praying over you and everything's going to be good. But I